felt that through art we could get them to show body language, facial expression, and voice, and get them to understand how they come across.
That's what you're gonna do!
And that's another thing where I've seen so many miracles that never in a million years would I think they would be up performing. And now they're like the head of the shows because they're part of our family, they're part of the community. So when they get up there, their self-esteem goes through the roof because they know everybody's rooting for them. And they feel such a sense of accomplishment and belonging.
Well, Mark. There's a lot to say about Mark Fauser.
He's such a positive impact in our community. Everybody knows him. He knows everybody's name.
He makes you feel like you're important.
He has a really good heart. And then Mark came along, and it became something that was so much bigger.
Mark's like our dad, our crazy uncle.
It was acting, it was singing, it was dancing, it was the whole thing, it was the whole show. He's a goofball with a big heart.
I think it probably initially started with the movies, selling movies from Marion, Indiana, like The Right to Remain Silent, and Waking Up in Reno, and still going back and doing movies and rewriting for every major studio.
Come on girls, it's not easy being the champ. Woo! The nature boy!
Working with a great community to build this up to an art school is probably the major, accomplishment that I'm so proud of.
There's about 1,200 students, but there's 100 teachers, volunteers, just so many people, and he knows each and every one by name.
From visual arts, performing arts, martial arts, and it's just a discipline that we try to give our community and families. But I just know that my teacher, Burt Reynolds, and my teachers in college were so influential in my life. And I think it's important to give back. That's what Burt always told us to do. So when I had the opportunity to do this, it became a no-brainer. And so you live vicariously through those kids.
So then he came in and he said, all right, now we're going to start writing our own shows. And at first I was like, no, we're not going to write our own shows. That's crazy, because we're just a bunch of kids with a few awesome adults, but how are we going to write our own shows? But we did it once, and we were like, wow, that was great. Well, let's do it again.
I worked on the television series Evening Shade for 4 years, and that was a blast. I had a great time. I was blessed to work on the television series Sequest with Steven Spielberg in the first season. And then I also did many co-starring, guest starring roles on different shows like Coach and Quantum Leap and so forth. And then when I moved to Marion, I sold the movie Waking Up in Reno. I sold it the night before I left LA. And I was working in town, and I was just doing money, doing something to, help the family so we're not digging into our savings. And I was washing cars. And it was humbling, yeah, because I worked on a top 25 television series. So one night I came home and I watched the Cable Ace Awards, and my movie won The Right to Remain Silent. Amanda Plummer won for Best Supporting Actress. I was like, wow, how humbling, and that's art.